Alright, hello everyone, and as the title says, I'm just going to show how Blender 3.0 will break previous versions of Blender. Now I'm just opening up these two, this file twice for demonstration purposes. And all I'm going to do is, well, first of all I'm going to scroll this all the way back to the beginning, and I'm just going to go File, Save As, and we're just going to name it Demo. That's it. Then I click Save. And that's it. As you can see, version 2.93, the bottom right corner. So if I close that and I reopen it, everything's still the exact same. I'll just close it again, and now we'll open it with Blender 3.0. So immediately you should see that there are two different EXEs open here, and that's because two different Blender versions, and they're not overlaying like before. 3.0. Few color changes, and then this big bar here, which is the reason why I wanted to roll back, simply because it takes up twice the amount of space as it was before, and the opacity not being like 100% or 0% is, I found it annoying, so I wanted to go back. Now all I'm going to do is press Control S. I didn't change anything, I didn't touch anything, I just pressed Control S on a Blender 3.0 file. Close that. And now I won't be able to select that file, so I have to just go back and then in, and we're going to open up the demo in 2.93. As you can see, 2.93. And he's lying down, but he was standing up in the other ones, right? Well, the rig still shows as standing up. If you go into animation mode, I select everything, just, you know, here to here. Only the shape keys are moving, but the rig doesn't work. And if you click on this, it still has the rig modifier and everything. The other thing that you might have noticed is this overlay. There's some stuff underneath it. Well, if you go into sculpt mode, for example, they're overlaying each other. You can see like rename is behind some of this stuff, and the tools here are behind some other stuff. And this is the case for literally all of them. And as far as I can tell, there is no way to fix this. I tried, you know, turning off tool settings, turning it back on, stuff like that. Doesn't seem to work. Perhaps flipping to bottom and stuff like that, but then if you flip back to top, it doesn't change it. So these files are basically, you're going to lose all your work if you had any animation stuff, and you can only use the tools if you flip to bottom. You can't have them at the top anymore, which may or may not be annoying to some people. And if I close this, don't save, you can still reopen it in, oh, my bad. You can still reopen it in Blender 3.0, and everything's going to be fine and dandy. You know, 3.0 still works. Click on here. Let's just go into pose mode. You know, everything still works. It'll still go back and forth. But if you want to roll back a different version, you're either A, going to lose a lot of work, B, have to change where your overlay is. So it just breaks functionality with previous versions. And those are just the two things I've discovered. There may or may not be more. The only reason I noticed this is because this bar, I don't like how it's slightly opaque. They should have done it the full thing or not at all. Like in previous versions here, you can see that only these buttons. So you're losing a bit of screen real estate. And I found that annoying. So that's the only reason I want to go back. But as I stated, if you do this and you save, you're going to lose your animations. You're not going to be able to have the bar up here anymore. If that's your preference, you're going to have to do it at the bottom. And there may or may not be other bugs. So if you plan on upgrading to Blender 3.0 and never using any of the old versions, go ahead. You know, there's no problems with that. But if you want to use 2.93 and 3.0 at the same time and kind of work interchangeably for whatever reason, you cannot do that. So just bear that in mind. Anyways, that's basically it. Just wanted to put that out there just in case. And yeah.